A new blog post just released outlining everything we need to know about Modern Warfare zombies. So let's check it out. Welcome to Operation Deadbolt. Your main tasks, aside from surviving hordes of zombies and the machinations of the PMC group Terminus Outcomes, are threefold. Operation Deadbolt: explore an open world and search for valuable acquisitions and schematics. A world of opportunity: complete contracts to earn essence, collect acquisitions, and clear missions to discover what is really happening in the exclusion zone. Secure and extract: you will also need to learn when the situation on the ground becomes advantageous as well as untenable. Immerse yourself and work with other players to complete the more difficult mission objectives and extract before you're overwhelmed. Well, that didn't quite say much, isn't it? That's kind of what we thought so far. The lobby. Hey, look at the lobby. That looks pretty cool. The main menu, we have lobby gear, strike team, customized battle pass store, all that good stuff. The match in progress in the bottom screen and launch into your next match. Okay, all that. Ooh, there you go. Strike team operators. Ooh, look at that. Multiple operators. That's a good sign. Recruit any unlocked operator for your strike team. Each recruited operator will have their own on-soldier gear. All operations you've unlocked from both Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 are available, and 2 operators, Ripper and Scorch, are unlocked after you complete specific challenges within zombies. That's pretty cool. Each strike team operator can be chosen, comes with 5 different customizable equipment slots. The gear you have during your missions is saved here and includes kill streaks, armor, gas masks, and medical items. Yeah, that's something that we've seen that's very familiar with DMZ. We know all about that. Rucksacks, okay. Oh boy, look at this photo right here. This tells us a lot. Look, we've got some soda cans here. You got our tactical, our lethal, our field upgrade. Look at this. This is pretty cool. Look at that. Is that an aether wrench and Ethereum crystal? Nice. Fill your rucksacks with the essential acquisitions that you find on the battlefield or craft via valuable schematics. Initially, there are up to 5 open slots on the small rucksack. After your first mission, providing you found either acquisitions or schematics, you can add such items to the rucksack. All right, this is just a backpack system from DMZ. Pretty easy. You're going to be able to put stuff in your backpack, obviously. Loadouts. This screen looks very familiar. If you've played DMZ, you've got your 3 insured slots here, as well as some contraband weapons down here. Primary and secondary weapons. All Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 weapons are available to use in zombies. Any that are XP recommended are denoted by the small fire icon and grant you more XP if used. Yeah, that's something that Modern Warfare 2 introduced very recently, in a couple, I guess recently-ish, a couple seasons ago, maybe season 4, I think, I don't know. But you get extra bonus XP for using those weapons. Insured slots. These are weapons that you've leveled up, add attachments to, and come from the weapon pool over 100 Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 weapons. If you fail to exfil with an insured weapon, it only becomes available again after a cooldown period. You have up to 3 insured slots, and 2 of them are unlocked after completing zombies missions. Once again, very much like DMZ, you start with 1, you can unlock 2 by progressing your faction missions and unlocking those challenges there. And you can use the fully kitted out gunsmith and all that stuff, so that's really good. Contraband stashes. These are the weapons you found and exfilled with and are permanently lost if left behind during a mission. Keep a stash of up to 20 of these weapons, which may or may not have attachments added to them, is helpful when augmenting your loadout. Tactical and lethal equipment. A selection of multiplier tactical and lethal equipment can be equipped as part of your loadout. Tacticals, you got your stun grenade, smoke grenade, scatter mine, ooh, decoy grenade, the return of the decoy grenade, shock stick, stim, or experimental gas grenade. Lethals, we got the frag grenade, claymore, throwing knife, thermite, proximity mine, drill charge, ooh, drill charge in zombies. That's gonna be cool against like boss zombies, I bet. Secret grenade, C4, Molotov cocktail, and breacher drone. Again, that's gonna be really fun to use in zombies, that breacher drone. Field upgrades. This is stuff that zombie players actually know about. Energy mine, frenzy guard, healing aura, frost blast, aether shroud, and Tesla storm. There is nothing surprising about any of this stuff. We know how all of this works. If you don't know, I will link a video in the icon above about how all of these work, because they are basically the same thing as Cold War. Acquisitions and schematics. This sounds something unique to Modern Warfare Zombies, so let's see what this is about. Once you return from your first few missions, you're able to place acquisitions into your rucksack for use during subsequent outings. You can also start to craft your own acquisitions at the schematics crafting location in the lobby. Acquisitions are single-use items that can give you an advantage on the battlefield. Acquisitions you find an exo within your rucksack can be added to your acquisition stack within your rucksack menu. Schematics are highly sought-after plans that permanently allow you to craft acquisitions that you can add to your rucksack. Schematics have a cooldown period, after which they can be brought into the exclusion zone. So here's that picture of that menu. It looks like we have our acquisition stash as well as the crafting here. This almost to me sounds like the key or, stash system that we had in DMZ, but a little bit more zombified. See, it looks like we might have different rarities of like aether wrenches and Ethereum crystals. We've got perk bottles right here, speed cola, deadshot, jug, PhD in a large backpack right here. The following types of acquisitions can be found and used or crafted if the schematics are located, and all have a rarity value associated with them depending how difficult they are to find and the level of importance they bring or improvements they bring to the weapon or item they affect. Okay, so we've got Ethereum, rare, epic, legendary. We're very familiar with those guys. Aether tools, yep, look at that. Uncommon, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary. I actually really like that a lot more than just the one size fits all. That's really good. Ethereum crystals are used to upgrade your Pack-a-Punch weapon to levels 1 and 2 respectively. I bet you Pack-a-Punch 1, 2, and 3. Uncommon, rare, and Aether tools. These upgrade your currently held weapon to a rarer form. The rarer the form, the more impressive damage the weapon inflicts. That's really cool. I wonder, once you upgrade, like Pack-a-Punch a weapon or upgrade it to legendary, I wonder if once you exfil with it, it will permanently be that Pack-a-Punch, or we will always have to use these tools in Ethereum to infill with a Pack-a-Punched weapon. That's going to be one of the first things that I test out and see. Perca-Colas. Now these guys are very similar to Cold Wars. They don't have as much. Deadshot, my boy, they've massacred him. All it does is move your aim down sight to enemy critical locations and remove scope sway, which means it is once again the most useless perk on PC. Unfortunately, Treyarch, please buff this. Depth Perception allows you to see obscure chest, resource enemies like we've known it to. Elemental Pop gives a random ammo mod effect. Juggernog increases maximum health. PhD Flopper allows you to trigger an explosion after you prone, which is actually a thing in Modern Warfare 3, which is really cool. The explosion increases the higher you fall, and the fall damage, you're immune from fall damage while diving. So I don't know if there's going to be a perk that allows you to never take fall damage. So that's going to be interesting to play around with. And then obviously any area of effect damage from like a ray gun or a grenade or a launcher, you will not have with PhD. So that's really good. Quick Revive, reduce the health regeneration delay time by 50% and reduces the time it takes to revive an ally by 50%. Now they've also nerfed this because it doesn't say increased regeneration speed by whatever time, which we've had in Black Ops 4 and Cold War and Vanguard. This is just the delay to start healing yourself. So that's an interesting change there. Speed Cola, this is an amazing thing. Drink to reload and replate armor faster. That is going to be huge because in Cold War, you just picked up armor plates and it was replenished. But in DMZ and in Warzone, you need to actually put in armor plates. So being able to do that really fast when zombies are behind you is going to be awesome. Stamina Up increases your run and sprint speed, and then Tombstone Soda, as the leaks have said, on death, you create a tombstone stash at that location containing your backpack inventory in the next game, which is going to be so clutch. Ammo mods look really good here, honestly. This is kind of weird. They've outlined all of the perks, they've outlined all of the field upgrades and everything, but once we get to the ammo mods, they say, for the exact effect of each ammo mod brings to the table, why not test them out in the exclusion zone once you find or craft them? That's kind of a weird little like, you guys figure it out. We don't know. But I imagine hopefully they work the same as they have in Cold War because, hey, I got another video covering all that right there. Wonder weapons. We can see the ray gun, the Wonderwaff, and the brand new Scorcher right here. Locate the necessary and devilishly difficult to find schematics, and you're able to craft some of the most arcane and powerful weaponry we've ever seen. The wonder weapons available at launch are currently redacted. Mission overview, acts, tiers, and rewards. This is going to be some of the more mission and faction mission type thing. Begin to accumulate the horrors of the Urzikstan exclusion zone and commence a multi-layered storyline that focuses on a variety of tiered missions in 3 acts. Not all missions are immediately accessible, and the mission you wish to complete, which may have one or multiple tasks, is highlighted. Mission completion rewards, including acquisitions, cosmetic items, durable items, double XP tokens, are also visible prior to infill. So this might be the faction missions without actually being called faction missions. And in fact, that's exactly what it sounds like. Complete tasks within a mission and receive unlocked missions and rewards, tasks or missions within a tier and receive unlocked missions and rewards, complete all tasks to finish an act and receive unlocked missions and rewards, complete all 3 acts to receive a redacted, and continue to uncover the mysteries plaguing the exclusion zone prior to the storyline continuation at season 1. So it sounds like with these 3 acts, it sounds like that's just going to be 3 factions. So I think we could just, in our brains, replace act with faction like we had back in DMZ, and I think that makes the most sense to me. You have the freedom and flexibility to explore the exclusion zone throughout Urzikstan, and infilling allows you to complete a wide variety of activities as well as the specific mission tasks you assigned yourself prior to the session start. Each zombie infill enables you to explore and investigate the low, medium, and high threat level zones. This can be done with a purpose or simply remain in a relatively safe low threat zone as you learn how to deal with a variety of enemy threats. Weapon leveling is an excellent plan within the outer edges of the map. That's an interesting thing to put in a blog post, isn't it? Completing contracts allows you to earn essence, the in-game currency mainly gathered after zombie culling. Oh, that's also a good way. I guess that's interesting interesting sign, and acquisitions by completing contracts in the field for Operation Deadbolt. Okay, so yeah, obviously contracts are going to give us rewards like acquisitions and probably schematics at some point in time. Upgrade to progress, spend essence at machines across the map and upgrade your weapons and gear, so buy stations. Extract acquisitions. Successful exfils allow you to keep acquisitions to get ahead, start in the next deployment. Obviously, that's how a looter shooter goes. Extraction shooter. Within a deployment, your TAC map displays a variety of interesting game features, and some of the most important ones are detailed below so you can understand how to interact with them. Buy stations allow you to purchase a variety of helpful items such as kill streaks, gas masks, and other essentials, as well as any unwanted items you've collected. Doesn't say anything about bartering, which is sad. Also doesn't mention the weapon upgrade bench, which is one of my favorite ideas from DMZ. Coca-Cola machines, obviously on the TAC map. The Pack-a-Punch machine, obviously on the TAC map. Doesn't mention, but each tier of Pack-a-Punch is tied to the tiers of threat levels within the map itself. So if you want a Pack-a-Punch tier 3 weapon, you got to go into the high tier 3 threat level area of the map. Wall buys are back. Outline weaponry can be found on walls, various buildings throughout the exclusion zone. Interact and purchase the weapon as needed. I wonder how expensive those are going to be. And it looks like the weapon rarities are back. Mystery boxes offer an excitingly random generated prize, likely a weapon of varying rarity and occasionally a wonder weapon. And that's it. Well, that was not nearly as much information as I wanted, which, you know, could be a red flag. I don't know. They didn't mention anything about the passive upgrades. And as we can kind of take a look and see here in this menu, it doesn't look like there's going to be any sort of like wallet. There does, you know, in terms of stash and stash expansions, the acquisition stash and the schematics crafting right here. Maybe there's some passive upgrades to get more slots here. Maybe there's some passive upgrades to increase your contraband slot down here, because that was a big part, perhaps the biggest part of the replayability of DMZ, of unlocking all of those passive upgrades. And the weapon crate was also one of the main things that you would do on all of the maps. So I'm interested to see if that even returns. But it was really good to see the menu and to get at least the basic overview of what this mode is going to be like. And if nothing else, the camo grind in this mode is going to be incredibly insane. If you haven't heard how crazy the camo grind is going to be in Modern Warfare Zombies, be sure to check out this video and stay beautiful.